Greetings, Guardians of Dominion. Zeus here, bringing you another electrifying deep dive. Today we're stepping into the world of demonic skins, and trust me, these aren't just cosmetic changes. There's real power hidden behind Folio, Augustus, and Fafnir's new looks. And one of them might just reshape how you build your teams. Stay with me, because what you'll see in the next few minutes might surprise you. I'll begin this analysis with Folio because he's the easiest hero to evaluate and verify. His demonic skin provides an impressive boost of 10,650 to his magic attack stat, and that number matters more than it might seem at first glance. 3 out of Folio's 4 skills scale directly with magic attack, which means his damage output, as well as his ability to reduce the enemy's intelligence, depend entirely on how high this stat is. Every bit of additional magic attack directly strengthens Folio's performance in battle. It makes his skills hit harder, amplifies his utility, and allows him to fulfill his role more efficiently in both offense and support situations. This is why the demonic skin isn't just a nice bonus, it's essential. For every player who already uses Folio, the demonic skin should be your top priority. And even if you don't have Folio yet but plan to build him in the future, this is the first skin you should aim for. It has the greatest overall impact on his gameplay and defines how effectively he performs once fully developed. Moving on to Fafnir's new skin, when it comes to analyzing defensive skins, numbers alone don't tell the full story. To really understand how much a skin changes performance, we have to visualize it. That's why I built a detailed comparison table, which you can find on my website. It clearly shows the difference this skin makes against every magic attacker you face daily, helping you decide whether it's truly worth investing in or not. Let's break down how the table works. In the first column, you'll see all heroes who deal magic damage. These are Fafnir's potential threats. The second column lists their base magic penetration, meaning how much of an opponent's magic defense they can ignore before artifacts, glyphs, or buffs come into play. Of course, once you add artifact bonuses or support heroes like Orion, those penetration values skyrocket, and that's exactly why against teams running Orion or any strong magic penetration support, this skin has almost no impact at all. The next 2 columns show Fafnir's magic defense values, the old one without the new skin, and the new, increased value with the skin equipped. Then we move to the damage reduction columns. One showing how much incoming magic damage is reduced before the skin, and the other showing the reduction after the skin is applied. After that, there's a column showing the difference in percentage points, which tells us exactly how much extra protection the new skin adds. Finally, the last column marks the impact, a quick visual indicator of whether that increase actually changes gameplay or not. For example, with Krista, the table shows a 7.9% increase in magic damage reduction. That's a moderate improvement, noticeable but not game-changing. On the other hand, for Phobos, the increase is much higher, which means his attacks are significantly less effective against Fafnir now, and the impact there is much stronger. In short, this table helps translate dry stats into real combat insight. It shows where the new skin truly shines, and where it simply doesn't matter. Now let's take a closer look at Augustus' new skin and how it really affects his ultimate timing. Many players worry about health skins on heroes who benefit from taking damage for energy, and with Augustus, that concern makes sense. Higher max health means each point of damage gives slightly less energy, so the question is, does this skin delay his ultimate in practice? First, quick reminder on how energy gain works in battle. Every basic attack or skill you use gives 10% energy. Losing health gives 1% energy for every 1% of your maximum health lost. And each time you defeat an opponent's hero, you gain 30% energy. So, Augustus has 2 main ways to fuel his ultimate, by acting, and by getting hit. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because in real battles, it depends on the situation. For example, in my first test, I ran a battle where Augustus wasn't taking damage at all. In that scenario, his energy came purely from his own actions, and the ultimate timing was identical, with or without the new skin. So in fights where Augustus is well protected or the enemy can't reach him, the skin does not delay his ult at all. Next, I tested in the Foundry, where the buff was bonus health and Corvus was dealing heavy damage. In this environment Augustus was constantly taking hits and gaining energy from damage. And again, the ultimate timing stayed the same, whether the skin was equipped or not. Why? Because he was getting hit so often and so hard that even with increased health, he still reached full energy at the same pace. But then I ran a clean 1 versus 1 style interaction, Kira on one side, and Augustus team on the other, without extra chaos or massive burst damage. And here, you can finally see the difference. With the health skin, Augustus' ultimate came about 1 second later. It's not a huge delay, but it exists, and you can only notice it in battles where he's taking light damage over time, not burst pressure. So the conclusion is very clear and simple for players. If Augustus isn't getting hit much, no delay. If Augustus is getting hit a lot, no delay. If Augustus is taking moderate, consistent chip damage, you will see a small delay, around 1 second, because his max health is higher and each hit fills slightly less of his energy bar. That's the trade-off. You gain survivability, but in certain mid-pressure situations, you give up about 1 second on your ult. In most real battles, especially high-damage environments, that delay disappears and the extra health actually helps him cast more reliably, not less. And that wraps up this deep dive, Guardians. Today we saw how Folio's demonic skin delivers raw, essential power, directly boosting his magic attack and overall impact. We explored Fafnir's defensive upgrade, breaking down exactly when it matters and when it doesn't. And we analyzed Augustus Health's skin, revealing that small 1 second delay trade-off for a major boost in survivability. Every one of these skins changes the battlefield in its own way, and now you've got all the data to decide which upgrades fit your strategy best. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these skins impressed you the most? Are you planning to unlock them right away, or are you holding off? Drop your opinion in the comments below, I read every single one. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, so you never miss the next analysis or event guide. Until next time, keep your teams strong, your strategies sharp, and your spirits high. Salute and friendship.